DonInLondon, hello, January the 30th, 2009, and Friday morning, round about 9:30, just trying to do a video, it all went wrong. Start again. My videos, all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour, or both. My substance, alcohol, my behaviour, trying to be perfect as much as possible, and never so never satisfied. And my videos are all about recovery from these addictions. And what helps me most is being in a fellowship of people like me who have an addiction and want to stay in recovery one day at a time. So the fellowship I go to and am a part of on a daily basis is Alcoholics Anonymous. And I don't speak for Alcoholics Anonymous, I just speak for me. But at every meeting there's a preamble said which helps me get myself back into the moment and slow my thinking down to being right here, right now. And it goes like this. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And that final sentence, our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety, is a daily endeavour. It's just one day, a daily endeavour. And for the month of January I've been talking about powerlessness, and the first step of the action program that AA offers anybody who joins to be a fellow of the fellowship. And that one is admitting I was powerless over alcohol, and if I drank again life would get unmanageable. So the first step is known as the 100% step on a daily basis. Just for one day you can do it 100%, and then there are another 11 steps in the program, making up 12, that we can then endeavour to utilise as best we can to make our lives more easy, not easy in the sense of less hard, maybe more productive, more informed, more spiritual, more emotionally balanced, so we can jettison all those old ideas which were keeping us fixed in our drinking and our fear of life. Because I was really fearful of life, and in my last drinking days I drank to the point where I never wanted to wake up again, day after day after day. And how I survived that I do not know. It could be classified as a miracle, but when you understand my feeling about God and the universe, the miracle is that the human body can sustain a lot of damage, and then we can still survive a bit longer if we look after ourselves. So we are lucky. Nature and Providence gave us fairly hard working instruments within us, and keeps us safe most of the time. And then most of the time we can make it go wrong by the indulgences that we have and the addictions that we can foster. What helps me, besides going to meetings of AA, and don't forget I don't speak for AA, I just speak for myself. I use the literature, and one of the key ones for me is the daily reflections, which I've been sharing as we go through the month. And for January 30th it's quite pertinent to me, and it talks about freedom from and freedom to. We are going to know new freedom, and that comes from the AA Big Book about the promises. And here we go. Freedom for me is both freedom from and freedom to. The first freedom I enjoy is freedom from the slavery of alcohol, and that's true for me. What a relief. And then I begin to experience freedom from fear of people, of economic insecurity, of commitment, of failure, of rejection. Then I begin to enjoy freedom to choose sobriety for today, freedom to be myself, freedom to express my opinion, to experience peace of mind, to love and be loved, and freedom to grow spiritually. But how can I achieve these freedoms? The big book clearly says that before I am halfway through making amends, I will begin to know a new freedom, not the old freedom of doing what I pleased without regard to others, but the new freedom that allows fulfillment of the promises in my life. What a joy to be free. And part of my waking up, if you like, is to ask myself on a daily basis, how am I feeling, why, and what may I do? And those are the three critical questions about me asserting myself in my own life. How am I feeling today? flattened still, but that's okay. Why? I have a gap inside me. A relationship is gone. And what can I do? Two things. I can look at my sobriety, what I can do which will be useful, and not fill my head full of nonsense. And the nonsense can keep coming back with attachment to fear, ego, and putting on a brave face, and trying to be right when there is no right or wrong. So when it says here, then I begin to experience freedom from fear. Fear of people, economic insecurity, of commitment, of failure and rejection. You know, most of the things which happen in life happen for a good reason. And if we fail to communicate in some way what is going on inside us, other people cannot help us. So part of the AA philosophy is to get it out there, express what is going on, either to yourself and one other, maybe your sponsor or a private, well-trusted friend, or express it in a room of AA where we remain anonymous. Most of the time it's a sanctuary to provide an opportunity to share and express our feelings. And believe you me, we do express our feelings as we start to learn. What we fear is what people might think of us, and that's so important. I'm less concerned about what people think of me. I'm more inclined to believe that if they know me better, my feelings and where I am, they can help me. So rather than put the brave face on, behind which is ego and fear, it's far better to have a little bit of courage, a little bit of faith, and a little bit of confidence to keep on saying what is the truth of me today. So how am I feeling is so important. And I am feeling flattened, and it's not surprising. And that's okay. It's okay to feel this way. It will pass if I give it time. And what I don't need to do is try and medicate it away with alcohol, because alcohol will surely kill me. The craving will come back, and I'll be back to where I started, square one, some years back, when I couldn't stop drinking. And it was only when I got to the honest truth of me, and as I've been describing, this month is all about step one, powerless over alcohol, and life is unmanageable if I drink. This book concentrates on step one for the whole of January, mainly, and then moves on to step two in a couple of days, which is all about the insanity of doing the same thing over and over again. But I also use or utilise or read as Bill sees it, one page a day normally. And for today, page 13, or item 13, the shared gift. AA is more than a set of principles. It is a society of alcoholics in action, and the emphasis is always on action. We must carry the message, else we ourselves can wither, and those who haven't been given the truth may die. Faith is more than our greatest gift. Its sharing with others is our greatest responsibility. May we of AA continually seek the wisdom and the willingness by which we may well fulfill that immense trust the giver of all perfect gifts has placed in our hands. And the giver of all perfect gifts has placed in our hands, the giver, for me, is God, in the sense that God is truth, and God is love, and God works through people. And I have no image in my mind of somebody floating on a cloud with a harp, or a long flowing beard, dishing out wisdom here, there, or everywhere. Just like me, I don't do that. And the previous reading from the As Bill Sees It, I don't know whether I shared this, but the second paragraph goes, I must attain humility today, only to the extent that I am able to avoid the bog of guilt and rebellion on the one hand, and on the other hand, that fair but deceiving land which is strewn with the good fool's gold coins of pride. This is how I can find and stay on the high road to humility, which lies between these extremes. Therefore, a constant inventory which can reveal when I'm off the road is always in order. And that's talking about continual inventory each day. So when I say how am I feeling, why, and what can I do, it's my gentle inventory about my feelings and emotions. And the spiritual connection today, it really is about the truth of now, the truth of my situation now. And often when I see it through my own eyes, on my own, it's no good. What I need to see and take account of is what is going on for other people around me, and how they view and see the world as well. So what helps me more than anything is accepting those things I cannot change, and having the courage to change those things I can, and learning the wisdom to know the difference. Maybe that is where serenity lies.